All right, thank you to IFAST for this kind invitation. All right, this is Dr. T here. All right, today I want to share with you one of the greatest opportunity in this decade here. All right, technically it's a COVID stock crisis. And we are not talking about crisis anymore. It's a recovery stage of it. And I'm actually an investment educator with over 3,000 graduates, including the earlier speaker, Stanley, is one of my most outstanding students. All right? And here, I would like to extend the talk with a quantitative way, exactly how to actually make profit in the current opportunity. All right, before I proceed further, today the sharing is for the educational purpose, but I'll actually show you how could you take actions, right? What to buy, when to sell, according to your unique personality, whether it's a long-term investor or a short-term trader, right? And a quick introduction on myself, right? I'm actually a owner of this ein55.com, right? This investment blog, right? Over the last 10 years, I've written over 1,000 articles, including 2 ebooks, which you can read for free, right, over my website. In fact, in the last 1 year of pandemic, I was busy writing probably over 100 of the articles because this kind of opportunity is too rare to see. Right? So in fact, as Warren Buffett always says, right, when other people are fearful, you need to be greedy. But Dr. T, exactly how to execute it. Let's learn together from here. Right? So Biden versus Trump. So who will win? Of course, now you already know the answer. But to be frank, right, regardless who become the new president of US, right, each of them has to print more money. We call it quantitative easing. So therefore, right now, as expected, right, the market actually rally, right, with more printing of money. At least a few $1 trillion have been printed, pumped into the market, right? So we call this as a known unknown. Too many people want to have a crystal ball. Dr. T, I want to see what's happening, right, in the stock market like next month, next year or so. You no need to have that. You just need to actually take calculated risk. Right? Knowing something is going to happen, although you may not know today. Right? So we'll actually learn together from now on how to do so. Right? Before that, let's learn a little bit of learning of the foundation. All right? Dr. T will guide you step by step. This is my belief. Always looking for a giant, meaning a stock, right, with strong fundamental. But do not buy the stock too early. You must wait for the price to fall down, meaning waiting for the giant to fall down. So in fact, in the last 1 year, so many giant stocks in the whole world keep on falling down to attractive prices. But if you buy low, it may get lower. You buy cheap, it may become cheaper. So that's why you need to time for the investment clock when to go in to help the giant to climb up. So later on, I'm going to apply this 3-step approach in terms of the investment. What to buy, and when to sell. Okay, so this is so easy. But it can be so complicated because people's mindset is thinking too deep, too complicated. If you make it very simple, right, and we can actually take calculated risk, looking probably 10 to 20 global giant stocks, right, as simple as that. So before that, I want you to master this amazing technique called the Optimism Strategy. Before that, you must know an intrinsic value, right, showing, right, this is a value of the company. After that, you can actually follow by these 5 lines, which shows the optimism level. So to take action is very simple. Assuming these are share prices, we buy less than 25% optimism, and we hold it between 25 and 75. And we sell it when above 75% optimism, and we wait for the correction, right? Or even you can do shorting. Shorting means when the price falls down, you make money. So that's why buy, hold, sell, wait, or shorting. One of the 5 actions you could, take action to make money. But, right, if you just, learn without taking actions, you could not make money at all. So that's why, after learning all this, each of the learners have to take real actions in the current stock market. Do not actually wait further for the opportunity to be gone. Right? In order to do so, you must know the winter time. Buy low, technically less than 25% optimism. For example, Asian stock market mostly are the low optimism market right now. And then sell at the higher optimism, right, which is like a summer time. Okay, all right. So later I'll show you exactly how to do so. To buy low, all right, having 75% upside when optimism at the 25% or lower. And the risk is controlled within 25%. This is so-called this risk to reward ratio. So technically, optimism is a probability calculator. So are you a long-term investor or are you a short-term trader? It doesn't matter because all of you, right, could potentially, benefit from the current sharing. I'll show you these two unique personalities, right? Looking at the two, markets, which I'm going to show you, Singapore versus the USA. In fact, these two require two different strategies. Singapore, similar to like Malaysia, similar as Hong Kong, right? We can apply cyclical investing strategies to buy low, sell high. But for USA, it's more like a growth investing. You could buy low and hold longer term, right? So let's look at exactly how to do so. All right, so look at Singapore, all right? Dr. T, in fact, is senior enough to see all the crises shown over here over the last 25 years. You can see, you can apply, Dr. T, the optimism technique, right? The optimism ranging from 0 to 100%. Okay, and then we are going to see the clock, tick-tock, when to buy and sell for the last 25 years. This technique can even extend for the last 100 years, but I'll just show you the last 25 years. Remember in the 1997 Asian financial crisis, you can buy low. You see at the green line there, you don't need to buy the lowest, you just buy low enough at 25% and sell high enough at the 75% optimism, the red line. And then in year 2000, the dot-com bubbles, right? Before that, you can sell it. And then in year 2003, right, we have the cousins of COVID-19 called the SARS, and also the Gulf War coming. You can buy low that. And in year 2007, right, before the subprime crisis, to sell high. And in year 2009, yes, there was a subprime crisis and the first round of printing money called the QE1. That was the 9th of March 2009. You could take action on that. After that, Singapore got 3 selling points, 2011, 13, and 15. You did not get out. Sorry, no need to get out anymore because we prepared to go in year 2020. Exactly on the day of this 23rd of March 2020, USA announcing unlimited QE or printing money. Since then, right, the market actually started to recover. Yeah, in fact, you can refer to my EIN55.com blog. I've written over 200 articles during the last 1 year. So excited of the V-shaped recovery. But worry about, people still frightening. Will the sky fall down? Dr. T, I worry I will lose money, right? Because when other people are fearful, you need to be greedy, especially this is called STI ETF, Exchange Traded Fund. So you're protected by entire Singapore, right, with 30 best so-called largest businesses. What are you worried? Even DBS potentially go bankrupt, you still got 29 stocks. I don't think DBS will go bankrupt. But you're so frightening. You dare to put your money in DBS, but do you dare to invest your money with DBS stock? Why not? Right? If you're afraid the bank could go bankrupt, why you dare to deposit your money in the bank? Right? You get just a minimum less than 0.5% return. Even your Singapore saving bonds right now is just a 0.4%. But you put money with DBS, OCBC, or even UOB, you can get even minimum the return of 5% dividend yield. Not to mention, right, since the March until now, both the stocks has gone up probably more than 30%. So this is called calculated risk. Okay, if you can buy low, sell high, you see, as simple as that, you can actually gain, right, over 50% like this. Right, as of now, STI is above the 3,000 points. Right, today is still around there. Right, so the optimism is around 39%, meaning we are still having discount. If you could buy less than the so-called the green line, 25% or lower, that would be the best. But if you miss it right now, still got the discount, right? But if you wait further, you may miss the last train for the stock market rally, okay? But you need to take calculated risk. Number one, looking for a giant. You ask, is Singapore as a country is a giant? If the answer is yes, right, then you simply need to buy low, sell high. How about for USA? Definitely, number one economy in the whole world, definitely is a giant. But behavior is different from Singapore. This is more like a growth index. So even the pandemic did not let it drop to low optimism, right? But it was corrected below the yellow line, which is the intrinsic value. So therefore, this was a good entry point. But right now, the optimism is back to around 95%, meaning there's a potential risk. Remember in year 2000, there was a dot-com bubble. Right now, the current optimism is approaching that high. So while we are celebrating the rally at the moment, right, you need to be careful. If you are buying US stocks, in the next 1 year, right, I believe that with Biden keep on printing money, right, with the pandemic condition improving, likely will become higher and higher. But remember, when everyone back to the greed again, when everyone is greedy, then you need to learn how to be fearful, but not at the moment yet, okay? So that's why be careful how to position on that. All right, now let's go to a specific stock, exactly how to do so. I call it crisis investing. Dr. T have at least 10 different strategies: undervalue strategy, crisis strategy, growth strategy, momentum strategies, dividend strategies, right, and so on. But let's learn at least one today, right? How to take advantage of the market. Let's look at Thai Beverage. This is a so-called F&B company. So every 5 to 10 years, right, you'll get drunk one time. Okay, in 1997, right, in 2003, in the 2008, 2009. So you can see those low optimism point along the green line. And then same thing, there's a high optimism in year 2007, or even before that, the 2017. So in year 2020, yes, during pandemic, you get drunk again. Of course, technically means the optimism go to low. But the business is actually getting stronger. Who knows, during the crisis time, people become so depressed, they will actually drink more beers, not to quench the thirst, but to forget about the stresses, okay? And guess what, right? So at the low optimism, what are you afraid of, right? And in fact, this company keep on expanding. This founder, or the major owner, is one of the top 10 richest person in Thailand, Charoen, huh? Yeah, so in fact, this is also the owner of this FNN, the Fraser Properties. So diversified. What are you worried? Dr. T, I'm not worrying. In fact, I'm so excited this stock can potentially go up 5 times if we buy low, sell high. But I also remember you said before that when we buy a stock, it means we are in partnership with someone doing business together. So I cannot so-called make someone become an alcoholic. So I refuse to buy so-called this beer-related stock. Do you have any other choices? Okay, I understand where you're coming from. In that case, can we save people? Can we actually save life by looking at Raffles Medical? So this is the stock, definitely. We got the Raffles Hospital, Raffles Medical during pandemic, helping people to save life and so on, you see. But this stock also falling down every 5 to 10 years during the global financial crisis, right? The 2003, the 2008, plus the year 2000. You see the 3 circles over there below the green line. And guess what? Right now, from the share price, $1.60 dropped to 80 cents, right? This stock, so good, right? It's still profitable, but it can give you even 3% dividend yield, more than your bank. It's not a bank, but it can save life and at the same time give you passive income at the same time. With $1.60 at a high optimism, dropping to 80 cents, give you so-called 50% discount, and then they are still waiting. Dr. T, I'm not too sure. All right, Dr. T, I'm waiting. Dr. T, let me do analysis. Analysis, all right, analyze until you paralyze. So do not think too much. So sometimes as an investor, we need to learn how to be decisive. It's good to be prudent, but if you miss the opportunity, when the sky fall down, drop the gold bar, you're still watching. Right? I'm not too sure. Let me think. Let me listen to Dr. T. Let me listen to another speaker. Right? At the end, right? Do you think when other people all confirm COVID-19 is gone, the vaccination is done for more than 50% population, this is called known unknown. We know it's coming in the next 6 to 12 months, although it has not come yet. Do you want to wait for confirmation before you take action? Sorry, you may miss this kind of opportunity like Raffles Medical. In the last 20 years, gone up 15 times. Not 15%, it's called 15 times. And this is not an US stock. This is just our local Singapore stock right now with the business expanding to China, Chongqing, Shanghai, with more hospital, right? But you need to have a patience. Too many people want to get rich quick. So at the end, they actually cannot become rich. And those who are patiently, just leave the money there. Let this founder, Dr. Lu, help you to make money for you. Let them save life for you, okay? As simple as that, okay? But another stock is called J&J Snack Food, right? It's an organic snack food in the USA. For the last 44 years, has been making money. If you see any longest chart ever, how many years can you keep track? Probably 10 years or 20 years. The last 44 years, making money. Even during pandemic, right? The profit declining, still making money. And that's why the optimism, right? You can see, right, in the year, this is 2020, there's a low optimism opportunity. And guess what? right? Probably during optimism, this so-called crisis time, right? People stay at home, global lockdown, right? Nothing to do every day, eat their snacks, okay? But J&J, right, stack food, JJSF will make money as it is. 20 times it's gone up. But remember, stock market is not the hindsight. We are forward-looking. Dr. T technically is forward-looking. So the question is, moving forward 10 to 20 years from now, are you able to make decision now? Or are you going to, let your future you talk to you, right? On today, right? So today is technically 19th of January, right? 2021. Okay, you can set an alarm clock 1 year from now. Okay, review what Dr. T said today, right? Were your future you thinking you missed an opportunity, or you decided to take action, right? Just after today, right? This sharing of by all the wonderful speakers, right, in today's session, right? At the same time, Dr. T, these are long term, so probably too late for us. No, never too late. In fact, they are low optimism. But let's say your personality is a short-term trader. You could not wait for a few years. Dr. T, I cannot wait for even 1 year. I want weeks, I want months to see the result. Okay, let's look at short-term momentum trading. Right, this one example of micro-mechanics, our local Singapore stock. There are not many so-called good technology stocks in Singapore, but micro-mechanics is one of the outstanding one. It's actually the so-called the tools manufacturer for those semiconductor company. Right, so that's why with the 5G, right, technology is getting better. Right, so that's why this micro-mechanics is also getting stronger. In fact, I shared about these stocks probably a few months ago already. Right, even today it's not outdated. Right, so the share price in the last 1 week has gone up by 20+%. So although this stock is slightly, a bit late because the optimism is very high, but Dr. T just checked, the so-called the latest number for this today. Micro-mechanics as of today, just today, gone up more than 3%. Okay. So of course, Dr. T, why not you have a talk today in this afternoon? Sorry, we cannot time the market. Stock market in the short term is actually a voting machine, but long term is a weighing machine. Remember that. But for micro-mechanics, he has the best of the two worlds together. Right. In fact, in the last 6 months, not 6 years, 6 months have gone up 100% already. All right, related stock is called the TSMC. This is a US giant stock, all right, based on the #1 giant in Taiwan. This is the largest semiconductor company in the world, TSMC. All right, same thing today, I look at the share price. There is another 3% up because USA last night was Martin Luther King, all right, this holidays, no opening. So I look at Taiwan share price, gone up more than 3%. So TSMC actually saw strong momentum in the last 6 months from $50 to $80 to $100 to $125 right now, breaking a new high each time. Okay, the question is, Dr. T, high, expensive, I dare not buy. The more you think, the more you get higher. And finally, you decide to press a button to go in, and guess what? You fall down. Why? Because when our people are greedy, right, you need to actually learn how to wait for at least a correction going on. Okay, so the last but not least, right, the last example on HDFC Bank. Okay, so this is also listed in this so-called USA. Just now, TSMC also listed in the New York. Right, this is an Indian largest private bank. Okay, so supported by Indian population. Right, in fact, optimism right now is still moderate. Right, and in fact, the share price in the last 6 months has gone up by this 70%. Still have an upward momentum. Right. And at the same time, you don't make money from this bank stock, from the so-called the dividend, rather from the share price appreciation. Dr. T, I wish to learn more from you. These are the 10 extended strategies you should master, right? Including know how to buy low, sell high, not just for stock, even for property and the rest, okay? In fact, looking how the macro economy, the political economy, how to actually collect passive income, from like REITs and so on, right? How to truly buy low, sell high, right? Today, due to time constraint, I'm only able to actually looking at the two markets, Singapore and the USA. I'm hoping actually to give you more detail, right? Not just covering these two markets, even with Malaysia, China, Hong Kong, and so on. So this is a special bonus for you, right? And this is a webinar on 30th of January. This is a collaboration with IFAST. And to redeem this bonus, very simple, kindly visit the website mentioned, right? And then you have a chance to learn through the 4 hours, more detailed webinar. Okay, it's a final summary of all, right? Assuming you forget, Dr. T, whichever I say in the last 20 minutes, just remember, you need to start investing in a portfolio of 10 to 20 giant stocks. And number 2, overcome your biggest enemy. Who is yourself, right, to take action. At the same time, be greedy when other people are fearful. right? In fact, just now the optimism strategy is just one way of it, huh? Okay, with that, thank you so much for your kind attention, right? So later on, you can actually, all right, probably ask more questions, all right? Thank you.